We know that when you type a website's name, your device sends a request to that website's server, and in response, the page is sent to your computer. The question that comes to mind is, how does your device find the server of the website? To answer this, let's look at our daily lives. Whenever you want to talk to your friends and relatives, what do? You call them, right? You can also text them or do a video call, but for this example, we'll just focus on the traditional phone call. So, how do you make the call? You dial their number, your network provider finds where they are, and then your friend's phone rings. And when your friend picks up the call, you can talk on the phone. You can say that a connection is established between your phone and your friend's phone, and you guys get to talk via that connection. If you analyze this, you will see that one of the key parts of this whole process is the phone number. So we can infer three things from here. If you don't know the phone number of your friend, you can't make the call. So your friend needs to have a phone number. If you yourself don't have a phone number, you again can't make the call. So you need to have a phone number. And all of the phone numbers have to be unique. Otherwise, it won't work. A very similar process happens when two devices interact in a computer network. When you connect to a network, a unique phone number is automatically assigned to your device. And this phone number is called the IP address. All the devices in a network interact with each other using their IP addresses. Since the internet is nothing but a huge network of devices, each and every device connected to the internet has an IP address. Your laptop, your phone, the servers we have been talking about, all of these have a unique IP address. Now, if you are curious like us, you would be itching to know what your computer's IP address is. Don't worry, we'll come to that in a moment. First, let's see how this IP address looks like. Usually, IP addresses look like this. 4 numbers separated by dots. We unknowingly use these numbers or IP addresses in our daily lives. Can you guess how? It is actually simple. So, if we go back to our example, you must have noticed that while calling your friend, you don't actually dial his or her number. You simply press the button with his or her name and the number automatically gets dialed. Similarly, when you are trying to reach google.com, you don't have to type the IP address of the server assigned to google.com. You just type google.com and the IP address of google.com's server automatically gets dialed. All this is done to make the client's or your life easier. And that is how IP addresses work. So we know that your device gets an IP address every time you connect to the internet. But what do you think happens to your IP address when you disconnect from the internet and connect back again? Now, two things can happen to the IP address of your computer. Either your IP address will be reserved for you even after you disconnect. So when you connect again, you get the same address. Or your IP address gets freed up and is assigned to a new device that connects to the internet. So when you connect again, you will get a new IP address. This is what we call static and dynamic IP addresses. Like in the first scenario, if you get the same IP address after reconnecting to the internet, it means you have a static IP address. And if you get a different IP address after reconnecting to the internet, that means you have a dynamic IP address.